So, today we're going to be talking about building coping skills as well as emotional skills, especially for when our individuals are going through high levels of anxiety as well as frustrations or any unpleasant emotions. So, before building these skills, it's important for us to know what self regulation is. And self regulation is the ability to manage your emotions and behavior in situations, especially difficult ones that may arise. It includes being able to resist highly emotional reactions, cause one to be upset, to calm yourself down when you get upset, to adjust to a change in expectations, and to handle frustration without an outburst. Self regulation is a set of skills that enables an individual to direct their own behavior towards something positive, despite the unpredictability of the world and one's own feelings. Now, dysregulation is the opposite of self regulation, and this stress or any stressful situation seems to build up, and the individual can only take it for so long. When this happens, you may see a lot of challenging behavior. Being able to self regulate, basically being able to regulate your can be done with many coping strategies. Okay, so for example, when you're feeling upset, or if one of the individuals is feeling upset, sad, or frustrated, that individual can breathe. They can spend about 3 to 5 minutes taking deep breaths. If you have access to a stress ball, you can have them squeeze the stress ball for a few minutes. If they are frustrated or upset with someone in particular, move them away from that person that may be bothering them or giving them frustrations. You can have them assist you with a task. You can engage them in listening to relaxing music. If you have an individual that loves to write and writing helps to soothe them, you can encourage them to write in a journal. You can do stretch exercises with them. This helps to relax the body. You can do an activity with them where you can ask them to think of that they love. This can help to refocus them and change their mindset from negative to positive. You can also engage in counting from 1 to 10. They can eat a healthy snack. They can talk with you, or if they prefer to talk with someone in particular, a friend, family member, or particular staff, encourage them to do so. You can also encourage them to say positive things about themselves. This will help mood and also their self esteem. Last but not least, you can also engage them in arts and craft. If there are other activities in which they enjoy or other coping strategies that you think may be helpful, you can also engage them in those as well. Coping while at home. Now, I know that these are uncertain times with the virus going around, and the individuals may be getting a little frustrated, and staff as well, you may be getting frustrated also. But there are many things that can be done at home to help alleviate some of the frustrations and to make being home not so stressful. Three things I want you to keep in mind. It's important to keep routines, provide outlets, and quality time. So, with keeping routines, make sure that you're being consistent with at home routines. For example, breakfast laundry. If there's a specific day that laundry is being done, continue to keep up with that. If breakfast is being given at a certain time, continue to keep up with that. Try to encourage meal time at regular times and also make time for activities. I understand you have certain tasks that you need to get done and complete when you're on shift, but when you have downtime, make sure that you make time for activities that you can engage them in. Provide outlets. Make time for your individuals. Encourage them to express their feelings. Promote physical activity. Make it fun. It doesn't have to be boring exercise. It could be a dance off. Anything to get them moving while it being fun. Be creative. Engage in arts and crafts. Dancing. You can have a dance off. You can do like arts and craft and have like an exhibition where the other individuals critique them. Quality time. Do activities together. Go for walks if this is possible. If this is being done, remember to maintain social distancing and to just take extra precautionary measures as you are outside. Exercise before you can do a dance off or engage them in other preferred activities. Types of coping skills. Now, there are 6 types of coping skills that can be used to help our individuals during these uncertain times or just times when they become frustrated or have high levels of stress or anxiety. Self soothing. This is something to touch, something to hear, something to taste, something to smell. You are trying to comfort the individual through their 5 senses. Distraction. You are trying to take the individual's mind off the problem for a while. This can be doing puzzles with them, having them read a book, or reading a book to them, engaging them in arts and crafts, listening to music, or watching movies. Opposite action. This is basically you trying to engage the individual in doing something opposite of their impulse. Basically, if their impulse is to scream and yell, you're trying to engage them in something opposite so that they will not do that and it can help to calm them down. So, for example, you can look at something motivational, pictures of their family, or it could be a pleasant movie, cartoons, whatever it is that will help motivate them and bring them into a positive mind frame. You can say positive things to them or encourage them to say positive things about themselves. For example, they're beautiful, they're helpful, they're smart, anything that will help bring them back down. You can have them watch something funny or do something funny. Awareness. This is used to identify and express one's feelings. So, with emotional awareness, what you want to do is have the individual look at a list of emotions. Of course, there may be limitations in this, so you can work with them. For example, you can say an emotion and have them express if this is how they are feeling. You can have them write their emotions down if they're able to do so, provide assistance, or you can have them draw or do any other kind of art. That way they can become in tune to their emotions, and this also can help to bring them back down. Mindfulness. This is really trying to bring the individual into a state of being present in the moment. You are trying to encourage the individual to stay in the present moment. Okay, so you're trying to not let them focus on the past or the future. You're trying to center them in what is on presently. This can be done through meditation. You can do relaxation with them, stretching, deep breathing exercises, just really trying to center their mind. And last but not least, a crisis plan. Now, if any of the coping skills are not enough and the individual's challenging behaviors continue to escalate or it's becoming a safety concern to them and others, you can reach out to family or friends. Their therapist is available, psychiatrist, and of course, you can also call 911 for additional supports. So, just a bit more on coping techniques. So, coping skills are a way a person chooses to respond to their feelings of stress, anger, anxiety, and other emotions. They're coping skills. It can either be healthy or unhealthy. So, some examples of healthy coping skills using positive self talk, deep breathing, reading a book, going for walks, exercising, doing yoga or meditating, drawing or painting, talking about one's feelings, talking to a friend, a family member, being outdoors in nature, taking a nice warm shower, or trying to resolve the problem. Now, an unhealthy example, name calling, being violent towards others, yelling and screaming, hurting oneself or hurting others, making threats, engaging in reckless behaviors. shutting down, emotionally eating, blaming others, avoiding the problem, seeking revenge, destroying property, or pretending not to care, or even oversleeping. So these are just more examples of what coping look like. It may either be healthy or it may be unhealthy. But I just want you to understand and have the individuals understand also that they're not in this alone. You're not in this alone. And there are additional supports out there for staff and individuals. So now we're going to talk a little bit about emotional skills. We talked a bit about coping skills. Now we're going to talk about emotional skills as they both go hand in hand with each other. So, with emotional skills, this includes the knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary for us to recognize and control our emotions and behaviors. It helps us in establishing and maintaining positive relationships, making responsible decisions, and solving challenging situations. Building emotional skills may be difficult for our individuals, but we can help teach them skills that will be beneficial to their lives. So, here are some examples of emotional skills: having self control, expressing feelings using words, listening and paying attention, taking pride in accomplishment, having a positive self image, asking for help when needed, showing affection to others, and being aware of other people's feelings. Now we have just went through some examples of emotional skills, and you may have said to yourself, many of our individuals already have great emotional skills. Now here are some other ways in which we can assist them in developing these further. So you can assist them in expressing themselves when they are having difficulty. Encourage them to calmly speak what is on their mind instead of engaging in challenging behaviors. If they need some time alone to process, you can allow that while checking on them momentarily. When someone else is speaking, encourage them to listen. Make sure they understand what is being said before they talk. Them to feel motivated. Talk with them about goals they might want to accomplish or work on. Encourage a positive attitude. Teach them to be aware of their attitude. Encourage them to talk about things that make them happy. Overall, what you do here is that you want to help keep them in a positive mind frame. You're trying to keep them in a positive attitude. Practice self awareness with them. This by taking time to have them talk about their emotions and how they can affect those around them. Utilize leadership skills. Provide them with options where they are given the opportunity to choose on their own. Allow them to sometimes take initiative in problem solving. And of course, you assist when necessary. By doing so, you encourage self growth and you give them a control over their life. Here are some examples of coping skills: ask for help, breathe deeply and slowly, count forwards or backwards, drink some cold water, exercise, make it fun, find a safe place, go to your happy place, hug a family member or friend, ignore people who are annoying you, make a joke, keep hands to yourself, listening to calm music, meditate, name an emotion that you're feeling, observe, be mindful of what you're feeling, paint, question your thoughts, go on a run, separate yourself from the situation. Thoughts. Change your negative thoughts to positive. Use your safe place. Talk about your feelings, voice your concerns, write your feelings down. Exhale out your feelings. Yell as loud as you can in your pillow. Zone out and relax yourself.